Well, hello. It's Steve with Northern Footprints. We're on an outing, finally. It's been a long time. This channel was gonna go last year, and then I had a little knee issue that needed to be addressed. So I have a new knee now. Had the Jiffy knee done. So I have a titanium knee now. So we're gonna get back out there. I am 2.5 months, almost 3 months now. Yeah, in a couple days it'll be 3 months post-surgery. So doing pretty good. Rehab's going great. Just about done with physical therapy. And we are over by Seward, Alaska. Well, we're between Moose Pass and Seward. We are at Ptarmigan Creek, and we are getting ready to hike up to Ptarmigan Lake. It's about a 3.5 mile hike. So, and it's, if you can see, it's pretty breezy. But we're gonna get on the trail here. Got the old trusty steed with me. And when we get done, we'll spend the night here. So we're off. Okay, as you can see, the trail is pretty good for the first about mile or so, and then it goes into more of a single track. You got the Ptarmigan Creek right there. So this is our first true hike of the year, and we're gonna do a lot of these. Been doing a lot of mountain biking, and well, I'm getting back into mountain biking, but I'm also gonna do a lot of hiking, and we'll take you along on a lot of these adventures because my ultimate goal is the 2027 Pacific Crest Trail. I did have a permit for this year, but I turned it back in last fall when I realized I was gonna have to have a knee replacement surgery. So, but that's my ultimate goal. We're gonna test it this summer and see if we're gonna be capable of doing that or not. So for now, we're just gonna enjoy a nice little hike here. Knee's feeling pretty good. My wrist is still a little bit, well, it's pretty sore actually. Not gonna lie. From my crash last week on my mountain bike. So I'm still dealing with that a little bit. Ankle feels good. Okay, and now we're off. Mountains are starting to clear finally. It's just a beautiful little trail. It gets a little nastier up here a little bit. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, well, that was a shocker because I've been here before. As you can see, Ptarmigan Lake's 2 3/4 mile. That's the Iditarod, the Iditarod Trail, the original Iditarod Trail. But this is brand new. This was not here last year when I was here. Boy, they weren't messing around. This is a tall bridge. I mean, I'm 6'2", and this is clear up to my chest. I'm thinking, from what I understand, because I was reading some notes the other day, this is part of the actual Iditarod Trail. So you can mountain bike from Seward, which will eventually, is supposed to tie in all the way up to Girdwood at some point in the next, who knows how long it'll take, but this is a nice bridge. It's just really tall. So I'm not sure why they made it quite so high. So if somebody actually built this bridge and they're watching this channel, let me know. So we're gonna keep heading towards the lake. We'll work our way down here. I forgot to mention back there, but this is also where the trail is not as maintained as far as gravel and all that. It's just a raw trail here. Lots of tree roots, so you gotta be careful not to twist an ankle. I've already done that last week. Don't need to repeat. That is Ptarmigan Creek in all its glory. I honestly expected it to be a little higher with the snow melt, but that must have already passed, or it just didn't have a lot of snow up here this year. And then there's our first windfall, followed closely by the second. As you can see, these trees have been dead for a long time. It just finally tipped over. Whew, ouch. That didn't feel so smart. Okay, I'm trying not to slip, fall on our butt here. That's pretty steep. First time I ever hiked this, which was, wow, probably over 20 years ago now. This cute little bridge wasn't here. We've done a lot of trail work on this, putting in culverts and ditches. We've done a nice job. It's fun when you get on this side of the Kenai Peninsula. The trees are a lot bigger than on my side. Ah! Scared me. It's all good though. I gotta be paying attention. And them hardcore trail runners. I can't wait to see that in editing. That's what happens when you're on these soft pine needles. They're nice and quiet. I didn't even hear them coming. Well, here goes a pretty good hill. You got a squirrel out there. It's a lot steeper than it looks. And it's a lot longer too. Fun to bike down, not so much up. That made the legs burn. And the lungs. Best part about this little hill is it keeps going. And going. Alright, we gotta lose the sweatshirt. Okay. Still climbing. Almost there. Top's just up here. Definitely need to get out on the trail more. Get these lungs in my 53-year-old body back in shape. I was honestly expecting the trail to be a little wetter than it is. It's been raining a lot. But it's in pretty good shape. It's soft, but it's not gooey. Well, the Devil's Club's gonna get nasty this year. It's tall. I love these really curvy trees from all the snow crooks and stuff from the winter. A lot of heavy snow on this side of the peninsula. You can see it turns all the trees into really cool shapes. Another up. Another cool snow crook. I just got passed by that high-speed runner. He's going back already. It kind of looks like bear scat right there. Normally in the fall you just taste test them. If it tastes like berries, it's probably a bear. Or if there's little jingle bells in there from hikers, probably a bear. Lots of bears back here. This is Devil's Club. As you can see, it's got splinters all the way from the bottom to the top. And when you're walking and you grab one, or you're walking along and one grabs you, not much fun. There used to be a big old tree up here that a porcupine lived up by, because he'd sit on the branch and growl at you when you walk by. He used to scare the heck out of me. But there was a big old mountain of pine cones at the bottom of the tree, or something, whatever he was eating. Alright, there's a pretty clear spot. Over that ridge back there at the tree lines where the lake is. So we got a ways to go. We're probably still about a mile from the lake at this point. The green, I hope it's clear. I should have asked the hiker or the runner. Hopefully it's not still froze. It's not real high in elevation, so it should be clear. Although I have seen snow tucked down in the trees a few spots. Kudos to all the guys and gals that are working on the trails. They've done a nice job on this one. It used to just be a little goat path through here. And they've done a lot of work. A lot of times, there'll be bears hanging up in the little greened up spots up there. all along these mountainsides. I haven't seen one yet. Hopefully not down here on the trail with me. There's a good patch of Devil's Club. This whole ridge through here is all Devil's Club. I know black bears like Devil's Club. I don't know about brown bears. There he is, right there. There he goes. Yep. There's a... He's down there making all kinds of noise now. I think I startled him. Yeah, I think I've seen a porcupine on this trail almost every single time I've been through here. Again, nice work on the trail. This is really, really nice compared to what it used to be. It used to be sketchy coming through here. One misstep and you were down the hill. For the record, this is a bear scratch tree. You see his claw marks right there. I don't see any fur yet. Not a ribbing tree, just he scratched it. Still getting used to this knee. It clunks a little bit, so it's mechanical feeling. And it's taking me a little getting used to. Doctor said it was normal. Not to worry about it, so I'm not. It's just right before my leg is completely straight, it goes click, click. All right. Now we're making progress. What time is it? 8:40. About an hour on the trail. We're off coming down the side of the hill. Trying not to get too wet here. There's the mountains. Back that way. We got a little more climbing to do, and then we should drop down to the lake. Or drop down towards the lake. As you can see, it's a little wetter right through here. Alright, got a little work to do on the knee still. It's not super happy, but it's doing okay. It's just not quite up 100% yet. We're close. I gotta do a little more strengthening. But it's moving good. Alright, keep plugging along here. I think, if I remember right, not too much further up here, we can see the lake. I should have picked a little bit flatter trail for the first outing for a full hike, but whatever. We're not going to test unless we try. wouldn't want to take a misstep here. It's a long ways to the bottom. I can definitely tell we're getting closer because the wind's blowing harder. There's no trees to slow it down. The downside is if I kick up a bear, it's going to be right in my face. Because it's going to not even hear me coming and I won't hear it. That's the only downside to hiking this time of night, or this late in the evening, is they start moving around a lot more this time of the day. Trail flowers. That's the first flowers I've seen this year that weren't in somebody's pot. There's some more. All along here. It's kind of funny because just even a week ago, it wasn't very green anywhere. Now the trees are all budding and starting to turn green. The grass is growing. We got snow 2 weeks ago. And it's June 1st today, so it's a little overdue to finally be growing. Normally in May it's nice. It was crappy all May this year. Had 2 days of sun out of the whole month. The rest of it was rain or snow. Devil's Club Forest here. Another tree to climb over. Yep, got my backpack hung up. Yep. Ouch. Knees still a little bit stiff when I bend it that far. There's like 128 degrees of flex on it now. It's getting there. Ouch. I gotta quit stepping on that edge. It's rough on the ankles. Welcome to Ptarmigan Lake. This is just the very end of it down here. The trail still wanders along the edge here and goes another 3.5 miles back there. But we are not doing that today. We don't have time. But get a better spot here. There's an avalanche chute right there. It comes from way up there all the way down here. There's 2 big ones further down the lake. Kind of looks like that one there that you have to walk across, which makes it entertaining. It's really too bad the wind's blowing so hard because this lake is beautiful color. This is Ptarmigan Lake. We're here 3.5 miles from the Vanagon at this point. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock, so we're gonna have to turn and burn here. I was gonna hang out and goof off for a while, but I don't think we got time. I don't want to be hiking out of here. It doesn't get dark till 11, or sunset's at 11, so you got a little daylight left. Just not a whole lot. There's a bear can so you can store your food. You got a canoe. Looks like it's seen some better days, but at least you didn't have to carry it in here. You can see a little further around the lake, but yeah, it's 3.5 miles back there. There's a beautiful sandbar to camp on back there that I've stayed on. Yeah, we're not going to be able to see much better, and we don't have time to mess around here, so we'll take some pictures and we'll get out of here. Probably won't be able to see it on here, but there's just an avalanche on that hill. I heard something rumble. And I looked back, and it was sliding down the hill. Bummer. I wish this camera zoomed in further. That was pretty cool. Forgot how many of these I went up and down. There's a bunch. I don't know why I always pick the uphills to turn the camera on. Maybe it's so you can hear me huff and puff. From here, we gotta snake around this ridge, over the top of that one, down that long ridge there, around the corner, and way down, way over there. We're still a couple miles out at this point. But I figured I'd show you the view. Okay, that was fun. Just spooked something up in the trees and it took off booking through the trees. Not real sure what it was. Didn't have the brown bear signature that goes with it. But whatever it was breaking tree branches. Might have been a moose. Just scared the living daylights out of me though. I got my blood pumping. And that's why I carry my bear spray. Just in case. That's a cool tree. This little stretch here always reminds me of back in Washington when I was a kid. So a lot of the trails I used to hike and bike on look like. Dense forest canopy with a trail snaking through it. Okay, I think my heart rate's coming back down finally. That's always not a lot of fun when you run into a bear. And I've done it plenty, unfortunately. Getting darker. Not that it's getting dark, but it's definitely getting darker in these tree canopies. Nice thing is we're only about 40 minutes away from the Vanagon. Which is good because I'm getting tired. Here we go down. This is a long downhill. It was a long uphill. I think I liked it going up better though. My knee did not. It's doing okay, but it's definitely shaking pretty hard. That's where we're still working on the strength training part of it. Gotta get those quads and hamstrings strengthened up again. A little flat, and then we go down some more. I'm gonna sit on that log for a minute. You might need a break. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Whew. Okay, well, what's the progress? The progress is pretty good. My left ankle is getting sore, but that's the one I sprained last week, so I should have thought about that a little harder. It didn't feel good up the trail there about a half mile. I stepped on a tree root and didn't roll it, but I definitely twisted a little bit and it didn't like it. It's rough getting out of shape. Spent a lot of years getting out of shape. Now I got to get back in shape. I've lost 120 pounds in the last year and a half, so that's helping. But I still got a little ways to go, and I got a lot of cardio to work on. This is kicking my butt, and it's only 7 miles. So, anyhow, that's the progress so far. I'm going to be very tender tomorrow, I can already tell. But can't get back in shape unless you're out here doing something. A nice little smack to my knee on that tree back there, and I wasn't really impressed with that. I shouldn't have to wear knee pads hiking. Yeah, I'm definitely a little slower than I was earlier. Knee's not happy, now my ankle's not happy. I think the knee's gonna be fine. I smacked it into a side of a tree and wasn't paying attention when I was climbing over it and smacked it. Well, I call those letting you know you're alive moments. And I have lots of them, unfortunately. I'm a spaz, I think. And in case you didn't believe me, right there's some snow and ice built up back there in the shade. Okay, made it back to the bridge. Three miles to Vott Lake. I heard that's really good mountain biking, so I'm gonna have to try it. I'll have to spend a couple days and ride this. I heard from Bear Lake to here is really good. Yep, we're on the historical trail. Alright, we're about a half mile from the van. I'm getting kind of excited for that because my knee is getting stiff and my ankle's getting stiff. So, probably should have waited another at least full week for my ankle. And I definitely should have been paying more attention, or I was slamming my knee into that tree. But hey, that's life. It didn't get out of shape overnight, and it's not going to get back in shape in a night. So hey, there's Van. Yay. Whew. Not gonna lie, I'm tired. Probably should have stayed under 5 miles on that one. 10:36 p.m. We're back. So let me sum up the trip here. Pretty good. Knee's a little tight. Not really swollen too bad. It's got a little swelling in it, but it usually does after a bunch of activity like that, which the doctor said is completely normal and can be like this for up to a year. So, not really swollen. It's a little bit, but it's just a little stiff. The left ankle, yeah, side loaded it, and I probably should have waited another week before I actually hiked. But I'm going stir crazy. The rain has been relentless the last month, and I haven't got out and done a bunch of stuff that I really want to do. So, and as you can see, I'm wearing a cotton t-shirt, which again, not the smartest move, but I didn't realize till I got here I'd forgot to grab all my hiking shirts. So they're all sitting in my storage unit, ready to go. I did get them ready, I just forgot to grab them. So yeah, good on that. But still like my shoes. They're the Ultra Lone Peak 9 Pluses. Really nice, comfortable, easy on the tread too. I mean, they grab really well on this kind of terrain, so pretty stoked on that. Probably gonna carry my hiking poles on the next outing. See if I can't help this knee a little bit. But all in all, not too bad. I'm gonna do a little stretching. Try to minimize the amount of soreness I'm gonna enjoy tomorrow, which will probably be a substantial amount. But hey, that's part of the fun. You don't get out of shape in one day, so you don't get back in shape in one day either. I'll be climbing in there here pretty quick. That wind is cooling my sweat right down. I need to get me a little bird bath and kind of get ready for this evening, since I won't be taking a shower tonight. But if you're still here at this point, I'd like to invite you to join the channel. Hit the old subscribe button and follow along on some of these adventures. If you've hiked up here in Alaska, or you're a local here in Alaska and there's some good hiking trails, let me know. I live on the Kenai Peninsula, but I'm not afraid to travel to go hike some fun trails or bike some trails. Ooh, that's a big old mosquito right there. And not anymore. So, yeah, he was getting ready to tap some blood there. Yeah, I'm tired. I got cold, so if you hear the heater, that's why the heater's on. I got chilly while I was out there stretching. And then the mosquitoes. Holy smokes, the mosquitoes were horrible. They're definitely starting to hatch. So that was part of the reason I moved in here that night. I needed to clean up, so now I took my bird bath. Feeling good now. Yeah, I definitely needed to stretch. That was very important. I should have stretched a little more before I left. I just kind of did a quick little 2-minute stretch and then hit the trail. And yeah, I'll probably pay for that tomorrow. I'm probably going to be sore, but that's okay. Soreness means you're doing something. But yeah, I'm going to settle in. It's 11. What is it? I'll watch. Take something. It's 11:03. So I'm going to get settled in. I got a busy day tomorrow still. I got a couple more things I'm going to do before I head back to my side of the peninsula, and I've got physical therapy tomorrow, so not too many more of those left, unless I think I need some more. We'll see. Definitely need to strengthen this knee just a little more. It's close. It definitely is working good. Pretty happy with it, all in all. But yeah, I'm just trying to warm back up, and then I'm gonna relax, grab a quick little snack, and the snack I was going to eat at the lake, which basically was just going to be some dried mango. So I'll have some dried mango real quick and kick back, and I'll probably see you in the morning. Good morning. Beautiful morning. It's not raining, which was kind of shocking. It was supposed to be raining this morning. But shockingly, okay, I complained a lot last night. I was really tired and really sore. I woke up, I'm not that sore. Excuse me. Got a little soreness in my hamstrings. I got more soreness in my shoulders from carrying my backpack that I had a bunch of extra weight in than actually my legs. Yeah, they were tired. My knee was a little swollen. Woke up this morning, knee's fine. Ankle feels fine. Probably just a little bit overdid it yesterday is all I really did. But this is where I camped. And as you can see, it was quiet. It's a paid spot though. This is something I don't normally do a lot. But it was a beautiful day, and I wanted to get that hike in. I got a couple things I got to do, and I got to head to physical therapy.